Alright, so the substrate that I'm going to be putting in this 20-gallon is sand for the time being. It may change. So right now it's a light colored sand. It's the exact same color as the tank, as the sand that's in the Goodei tank, the tank that I just added the Godeis to. So right now I'm just using a jar and just adding it into this. Alright, so I think I'm going to go with 3 jarfuls and then spread the sand out. I don't want the sand to be too deep because I want to limit the amount of area of anaerobic pockets. I want the Malaysian trumpet snails to be able to get through most of the layer of sand created to allow it to be aerated most of the time. So yeah, 3 or 4 jarfuls did the trick. Alright, and then what's going to be filtering this tank is going to be an aqua clear and a oxygen plus biofilter. It's a sponge filter. It looks like this. And it just suction cups onto the side of the tank. Alright, so that's on there. Put this back down into there. So what's going to happen is air is going to be put into this tubing from a whisper pump, air pump. It's going to go down here, flow down this tube into this chamber and bubble up, drawing water out, and then water will go into the sponge down here and then up and out. So we'll go ahead and we'll put this back into the tank. And then what we'll do is we're going to hook up the air hose to a Whisper 20 air pump. Looks like this. It's got one output right there. We'll put that there. I don't like having a ton of extra hosing because I think it just makes the area look messy. So what I'll do is I'll cut the air line. We'll attach it onto this, which is going to take longer than it should. Oh, nope, that one pretty easy. Alright, that slides on there, just like that. Place the air pump there, and then actually let's get the extra air hosing out of the way. We'll move this driftwood right there, and then what we'll do is hopefully this power cord will reach up to that power strip that I have above all of the tanks. Alright, and so now the filter, which is, I believe it's an aqua clear, I'm not entirely sure. So the first thing that we're going to put down is it has this handy filter cartridge holder. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the sponge down first. And then I think what we'll do is we'll then put the carbon pouch here. And then this looks to be some kind of biological media. So we'll put that on top. Alright, and then so the next step for me will be filling the tank with water. And water conditioner wise, I like to use Prime. It is absolutely the best bang for your buck ever. 1 capful, I believe, treats 50 gallons of water, and with 7 tanks, actually 6 tanks that I have that I do water changes on, I got this bottle back at Christmas. So this stuff has lasted me 8 months. Alright, so there's the tank when it is finally all filled up, and now we'll go ahead and we will turn on the aqua clear filter and the aqua clear heater. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take that glass jar that we use to put sand into the tank, and we're going to add water to the filter so that it will start working. First we'll get all the sand out of the jar first. It'd be really bad if we got that sand into the filter because it would mess with the impeller and cause problems. So we'll take the jar. Alright, so there it goes, and it's starting. Alright, so here's the 20-gallon after I added everything to it that I felt that it needed. I added 5 rocks to this tank that I had lying in a bucket underneath the 55-gallon in the stand, and then I added the piece of driftwood. The AquaClear filter is actually extremely loud and obnoxious, so I'm going to keep fiddling with it, see if I can get it to be quiet. Otherwise I will replace it with one of the Aqueon filters that I have, still rated for a 20-gallon tank, so it shouldn't be any different. The sponge filter is doing really good so far. It made a really loud bubbling sound, which I hate, because all these tanks are in my bedroom, so if the noise is too loud and I can't sleep, it doesn't work. So I ended up raising the output to the sponge filter just above the water line. It still makes the bubbling noise, but it's not nearly as noticeable, so that's good. And then, as you can see, for this tank, from the writing on the glass, I plan on having this be a sort of a cold water tank. Maybe the temperature will probably be about between 65 and 70, and the plan is to put in bluefin killifish and least darters, and I'll put the scientific names of those in the description. But what's nice about these fish is that the heater won't have to work nearly as difficult, and then the tank will be so lightly stocked that the sponge filter that I have over in this corner here will be able to handle the bioload along with plants. And I plan on planting this tank with slow growing plants, pretty easy plants, duckweed, water lettuce, and all this stuff. So that'll be good. And what's nice about these fish is that they are native to North America, so that's a little bit different than the tropical fish that I have in my other tanks. So that's kind of the direction that I'm heading for this tank. And then the 75-gallon is getting a huge overhaul, and that's going to get new stuff added to it. Still no updates for you guys on that, because I want to be a surprise because it's going to look way different, and you guys are going to be pretty surprised. So thanks for watching me set up this 20-gallon aquarium. Comment, rate, and subscribe. Talk to you later, and thanks Laura for this tank.